So I guess the question really is, I mean, is there anything wrong with staying prayed up? I mean, is it? And what about traveling with your ex on vacation? I mean, is it cool to do it for the kids? Let's get into what is going on with Kandi and Todd right now and what the headlines are saying, right? So I saw this last night. It says petty. Kandi Burruss calls out ex-husband Todd Tucker for reading the Daily Prayers for Men book while on a family trip. She says, quote, that man ain't never had no prayers for men book. He should have started praying a long time ago. Let's get into what she had to say.
This co-parenting trip.
Now, she just said this is a co-parenting trip.
What you reading? Daily Prayers for Men.
Amen. God be the glory.
Let me just say this. We was married for almost 12 years, and that man ain't never had no Prayers for Men book. None of that. Now all of a sudden, we divorced. Now he want to be out here on the beach or out on the pool with his Daily Prayers for Men book. Now I ain't saying that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. But he should start praying a long time ago. What y'all think?
Now he should have started praying a long time ago. So just for clarity's sake, she actually posted this to her page. And the caption reads, sometimes I have the urge to be petty.
Okay.
And she says, well, Todd and I have been really nice on this co-parenting trip, but every now and then the urge to be petty comes out. Hashtag stay prayed up. Have y'all ever done a co-parenting trip? Okay. So here's the thing. All right. If he was never praying before, or if he was never reading those types of books before, let's dive all the way into it. Did you guys have a relationship where you both had found a church home, or he was that the norm for the family? I guess that's what I'm asking, right? And I'm not saying that even if you go to church or even if you are praying that all of this, what happened with them wouldn't have still happened, because it probably could have, right? But I guess what I'm saying is, if it's not the norm, then or was it the norm for her and not for him? Because then that's probably going to leave the two people unequally yoked if they don't have that same base level guide for their family with regards to either church, religion, or spirituality, right? We'll say those three things. I consider them sometimes separately, although it's very easy to commingle those ideas. Well, not really just commingle, but just put them all together. So what I'm saying here is, was this the norm? Then second, or was it the norm for her but not for him? Then third, I think that there's a space for the pivot for people, right? And what I will say is this, and this is something I marinate on quite frequently, is understanding when there is a moment that you need to shift something in your life, okay? And that shift being, all right, well, sometimes, listen, you have to go through something in order to get to your next level. And that something for Todd could have been divorce. And maybe he is realizing now that he needs to maneuver differently. And maybe this is a result of that. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, but I do understand from her perspective, like, why weren't you reading this before? But I also get, like, just being in the situation where you realize maybe something has to change for me, or for at least for him, that he needs to now move different. Maybe this is his way of making that effort. Okay. So, I get where she's coming from, but I also feel like somebody said it in the comments. It's never too late for Jesus. All right. Dropping it low for Jesus. Speaking of dropping it low, Shamea is feeling rather low. All right. We are one day ahead of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17 reunion. Yes, the reunion will be filming tomorrow. Okay. So the ladies are literally getting ready to put on their boxing gloves and duke it out. So Shamea speaks with Angela Yee on Way Up with Angela Yee, and she reveals that it's not a good feeling when you're feeling like the outcast. And she wonders why Angela even invited her to the field day event if she was just only going to turn around and be mean to her when Shamea came into this event in celebration of Angela's mom. And also, it's an all cast event. But I would also still assume that because it wasn't first and it's not last, that you could have not invited her. I mean, technically. And Shamea's like, well, why invite me if you're going to be mean to me? And the other thing that she doesn't understand with regards to Angela is she says that before the season started filming, they were good. She says she ran into her and her husband, ran into her, Angela and Charles, somewhere down in the Caribbean, I think. I'm not sure which island or which I'm not sure which part. I can't remember from her statements. And she said that somewhere on vacation. And she said that she and Angela were fine. They were all partying. They were having a good time. She's talked about play dates that, Angela has had with the kids, or at least they've gotten their kids together or some such thing like that. And it was just all good until the cameras turned on. And she feels like Angela saw the tide turning against Shamea and decided that she could not be on that side of the fence. So she turned and moved in the opposite direction. Okay. So for Shamea, she's like, I'm not understanding how we went from where we were before filming to what we are now while we are filming. She's like, because I don't understand it, because I don't move that way. I thought we were fine. So there's that. The other side of this is Shamea feels like she's going into the reunion without any friends. Now, it's interesting that she says this because she also states that she understands that it's okay if she doesn't have any friends in this group because she has 3 already built-in friendships that are lifelong because she has her sisters, which, listen, I understand that as well. But it was also interesting to hear her state that she feels like she's going in there without any friends. And so I don't know if she just meant most of the group and it's just her and Kelly, or is Kelly included in that list as well? Now, it's just the way the general conversation seemed to go. I mean, I think that her and Kelly are fine, but the way she generalized that was like, I mean, I'm kind of going into this on my own. And she says she's ready. She's ready for smoke for whomever has it for her. She's not going to be quiet this reunion like she was last reunion. And she is definitely going to match anyone's energy. For which, here's the thing. Since the story is about her and she's talking about the reunion, my standpoint is you can't give everybody the smoke, right? Because not everybody deserves the smoke. So what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, don't give energy to someone who is maybe seemingly antagonizing you because it's popular to do it. Okay. If you did not necessarily have real relationships with many of these girls, then some of them it's not even worth you arguing with them. Case in point, I definitely, if I'm Shamea, I'm not going to argue. I would not argue with Drew, mostly because they don't really have a friendship. And I just don't see that the two of them would ever bond in any way, shape, or form on a real level. And that's okay. Angela, Shamea, you might just have to chalk that up to it is what it is at this point. Y'all both have kind of just gone at each other, and just this may be just a parting of ways. Okay. Now, some of these other friendships, K. Michelle, I think is worth fighting for. I think that maybe not fighting with. I think that even though I don't like what Cynthia has done to Shamea this season, I do feel like that could be salvageable. Shamea and Pinky, I didn't like what Pinky did in this past episode either, because what I felt like Pinky did, and I just didn't like this, was that she wasn't direct about what happened with Shamea and K. Michelle. Like, I feel like the energy's bad. I just feel like the energy's bad. And it's like, no, if you're going to spill some tea, just spill it all. Like, no, you said that none of her friends want you to be friends with her. Is that what you said? That's how you bring it, Pinky. Like, that's how you do it. You don't be vague with it. So that still leaves the issue up for debate. Now, what I did find interesting too was that, and I try not to read a lot. Again, I told you I try not to read a lot of commentary about this, like from the comments online. But when I happened to catch this on the Jasmine Brand, I was like, I gotta speak to this. They asked, y'all agree Carlos believes the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast is unfairly targeting Shamea Morton to stay in Porsha's good graces this season. I have told you guys this in just about every single episode. So, well, not every single, but in a lot of the episodes. And it's just nice to see that someone who is heavily entrenched in the world of reality TV from an executive producer's standpoint, that can really truly see the inside and the outside of reality TV, can also see that this is giving. Okay, this is giving. And while he, like myself, have acknowledged Shamea is not perfect, okay, but none of these people are. None of these people are perfect, okay? And while Shamea doesn't always do herself many favors, he talked about the oddness between why Angela has so much smoke for Shamea, but she had just almost zero for Porsha. And again, this isn't about, side note, if you guys have not seen Porsha's interview with Z-Way, please run to the YouTube and watch it right now. Okay. It is so funny. Porsha is definitely in her main chick housewives mode in this moment, I think, in time, but also in this interview. So you got to watch it. It's super fun. It's super funny. You're going to love it. All right. Back to what he was saying. What he was saying was that Angela had no smoke for Porsha, literally none, for when she said what she said about Charles. Now, I understand if you want to move past it with Angela, okay, cool. But when you talk about the punishment fitting the crime, calling the things that Shamea has said, they ain't really no worse. I don't know. I'm looking at the equitability here, and I know I just made that up, but it ain't equal to me. It ain't equal. The anger, the vitriol, the almost what feels like just disgust is very interesting. It's very interesting, and I just when I see this happening, and when he says it's to stay in Porsha Williams' good graces this season, I think it is not because Porsha wants them to do this. I think it is because they view Porsha as the popular choice. Okay? So that's just been my opinion. But it was also good to see that it was echoed by industry professionals as well. Like, okay, I'm not going crazy here. Like, I'm not losing it. Other people see this too. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this and the stories. Are you excited for the reunion? I'm excited for the reunion. I think it's going to be good. And to be honest with you, I don't want to unfairly target Angela in this video because I feel like Angela has such a rich story in general. I'm still trying to process the daughter of it all, like the daughter situation. But I just think that there's so much else going on there that she doesn't need this thing with Shamea. Like, she doesn't need it. It's not giving what I think that she thinks it's giving, because number one, I don't believe it either. It just feels like y'all just throwing some stuff out there now. That's not really fun to watch. I don't know. Now, if you want to talk about something she did to you and you're upset about that specifically, like, yeah, she said this about me and I'm mad about it. Cool. But when y'all start pulling out these little things out the air, just be like, okay, girl, whatever. All right. Yeah. Okay. Here we go again. Now we got to run through this thing for about a year or so. All right. Anyway, y'all let me know. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. All right. I'll catch you guys in. Oh, side note, y'all. Listen, the Faceless content blueprint is still available at the price that it is. Okay. Definitely hop in and get it. I want to tell y'all something like this. Not everybody who is a content creator wants to be on camera. All right. And what I have come to realize is you shouldn't have to be. Okay. You don't have to burn yourself out being on camera. You don't have to face this idea of being visible in a world where maybe you want to remain anonymous, but maybe you still want to build content and build and generate the things that content can generate for you. Okay. But you don't want to show your face. I resonate with that. That's why I started it back in 2020. It just wasn't called Faceless Content. I didn't have a name for it. I just did it. So what I want to tell you is, if you've been thinking about this, dive into the blueprint, because I give you so much. I give you everything. I give you what I've done. I walk you behind the scenes of a YouTube channel where this is pretty much, there are literally 39 videos in that channel, and I review what worked. Okay. I play the videos. I show you then how to recreate those types of videos with ease in less than 5 minutes. And the way you're going to do it, blow your mind. Okay. Okay. So hop in there, because I give you all of that. I show it to you on the screen. I walk you through tutorials of how to create this content so you don't have to think about it. Right? So if you want to save some time, you want to save energy, and you want to just go ahead and get to it, then hop into it. The link is in the description, and it will be in the pinned comment down below. Y'all don't miss this, because honestly, I feel like it's one of the best things that I've put together. Read the reviews. The reviews are in the link. Okay, there you go. That's that. With that being said, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I will catch you in the next one.